me make a bold statement here.
Yes, sir.
And I hope this don't upset you. Before Kevin Durant arrived in Golden State, y'all were on the verge of being remembered as the team that went 73-9 and lost to the Cleveland Cavalier team in the finals. You up 3-1, and probably one of the biggest collapse in NBA Finals history. Kevin Durant comes that summer and really saves y'all basketball legacy. You win 2 championships after that. The Golden State Warriors dynasty that you're going to go into the Hall of Fame on and everything else, it is cemented, because if Durant don't come that summer and you guys are remembered as the 73-9 team, all of your legacies are different.
Hey, lie. But the part that he left out, it also saved KD's legacy. If he don't got no championships, we're not looking at him the same, Gil. Because we got to speak to what we know. We can't speak to what we don't. Because I can't say, man, if Gil was 6'9" and had healthy knees for 15, man, Gil be going to the Hall. He might have him a couple of. We got to deal with what we know.
Mm-hmm. And what we know is Draymond said it. They wouldn't have won. They wouldn't have beat Cavs.
They would never beat the Cavs again.
If KD didn't come, right? That came out of Draymond Green's mouth.
We didn't need Draymond to tell us that. Right? We knew that. You get chased down 3-1, Gil, you ain't beating that team again.
Now this is the problem here,
talk to me.
One player legacy was sacrificed for 3 other players' legacy. See, Kevin Durant going there, yeah, it gave him 2 championships, 2 finals MVPs, but no one respected him in the media world. While that same move cemented 3 players in the Hall of Fame, one as probably the best point guard that ever played, that's going to get a statue, right? Top 75. His sacrifice gave them that, right? And that is the reality of it, because without those 2 championships, we don't know what happens to Golden State, because they was laughed at.
Yeah, for sure.
They were being that summer, and when KD went there, that stopped all laughs. Nobody even remembered what just happened. Nobody even nobody talked about Cavs as the defending champs, right? Soon as KD said, I'm going there, the championship was Golden State's. And all they had to do was deliver. But the problem was his legacy was tainted forever because of it. And Steph Curry's
elevated.
Clay's elevated. And that's the only problem I have, is like, damn, you sacrifice 1 to build up 3.
But he did it. He felt that's what he needed to do. But the media can't be mad at these players, because they put so much emphasis on rings. So guys feel like, okay, I'll get me a ring. KD say, okay, I'll go grab me a ring or 2. And then what y'all gonna say? Y'all might not like the manner in which I got him, but I got him. Y'all can't say I'm not a champion.
Yep.
So I don't begrudge a player, because this is what you force those guys to do. Because you don't evaluate the player on what you see. You're like, well, if he don't win a title, bro, do you understand that it takes a team to win titles? See, but I think what fans get mad about, and they don't get mad if teams put them together. Look at those Lakers teams. The Lakers had Kareem and Magic.
And got the number 1 pick worthy.
The year that Magic got drafted, that same year, Kareem won the MVP. So you tell me, think so what's the likelihood of the team that wins the MVP, the team that wins the championship, the player that they draft, somebody from that is going to turn out to be Magic won the finals MVP. You're never going to see that again. You're never going to see a rookie
No.
win the Finals MVP, Gil. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm old enough to remember when it happened. But had Kareem not missed that game, people don't realize how good Kareem was in that series. Kareem was averaging 33 and 13. Go look it up.
Yep.
Kareem was averaging 33 and 13.
Still arguing, did Magic get it? It's still arguing like, how did Magic get this when Kareem was being so dominant, averaging 5 blocks that for that series? The only team that can actually do some damage like that is OKC, since they have 2 damn near lottery first round picks. They can somehow sneak and get 2 good players with the team they have.
But he's not going to win the MVP over Shea.
But what I'm saying is that don't even exist anymore of what was going on back then in the 80s. 70s.
Because if you look at those Celtics teams, they had Bird, top 75, Parrish, top 75, McHale, top 75. All of them together. Okay, they had Tiny Archibald on one of those championship teams, top 75. They had Dennis Johnson on that team, who was a Finals MVP and a Defensive Player of the Year on that team. They had Bill Walton, even though he wasn't the same. He was a Finals MVP and a League MVP and 6th Man of the Year. Okay, we're gonna go to the Lakers. The Lakers had Kareem. I don't need to say anything. They had Magic. I don't need to say anything. They had Bob McAdoo. They had Jamal Wilkes. They had James Worthy. So let's not pretend. They have always been super teams. The only difference is the general managers, they put those teams together. So I don't care if it's a super team, as long as my home, if KD don't go join Golden State, or LeBron doesn't go join Miami, or this one or that one, it can be a super team. But I just don't want the players meddling, because they've always been super teams. Go look at those teams that Philadelphia 76ers. You don't think Moses Malone and Dr. J?
And then got Charles Barkley?
Yes. They had Bobby Jones.
But even Boston, even when you're talking about Bill Russell back then, people don't realize Bill Russell's rookie year.
He didn't win rookie of the year. Tom Heinsohn did.
Yeah, and was the all-star on the team. Like, so how good was the teams back then? Like, these guys, that's why I said, like, it's been super teams. It's always going to be super teams. But when the player says, all right, because no one does this, no one pushes this narrative on the owners. Right. No one goes back and say, hey, man, this owner sucks.
No.
This owner's not trying. They did it with Donald Sterling when they wanted to get rid of him. But before that, they're not like, hey, he's never re-signing any players. He just drafting them, letting them go, drafting them, letting them go. And the other ones were like, I like his motto. That's money. So when players are sitting these teams, they're like, well, he's just got pointless stats. He ain't winning over there. And you're like, well, he's not paying anybody. This man is not paying anybody, so let me leave. You can't. You ain't a winner.
That was the ultimate super. The Celtics in the 60s was the ultimate super team. They had 10 Hall of Famers. They had 12 players on the roster. John Havlicek came off the bench. How you get a guy come off the bench? Dave Cowens, MVP. You had Sam Jones, Casey Jones, Cousy, Tom Heinsohn, Don Nelson, Bill Russell, Havlicek.
Yeah.
Well, damn. Bill Sharpe, how many players you want?
Yeah. Because they didn't have free agency. They didn't have free agency then either. You just trade.
Yes.
So what happened is, if I don't like you, I'm gonna trade my asset to the team that you don't like and you're beefing with. People, they did that back then. Look, I'm gonna trade you my players because I don't want to pay them, and then you go on and keep whooping his ass.
I mean, when the Lakers had Will, they had Jerry West, they had Elgin Baylor, they had Gail Good. I mean, look at all the top 25. Go look at the top 75 and see how many Celtics and Lakers got.
No, when you go back to the top, when you do top 50, right? The top 50,
they were all Celtics, damn near Celtics and Lakers.
50, 30, 39 to 40 of them came from big city teams.
Yes.
When we top 10 players of all time, the only person that comes from a small city that broke through is Duncan. Everybody else is a Laker or Celtic.
Yep.